Yn's POV. My heart dropped when I saw who walked through the door. It was him. His hat, his cloak, it was all too familiar. A pain struck through my heart as this familiarity caused a memory to come rushing to my head. Flashback, still Yn's POV. I was doing the dishes when suddenly I heard the cry of a baby. It was sweet little Charlie. This was weird because she very rarely cries, which is one of the many traits I admire from baby Charlie. I stopped what I was doing to go check on her. I walked to Charlie's bedroom to find her door half open. I peeked inside, only to see Lucifer frantically trying to comfort her. Oh, stop. Come on, Char. I love you, my sweet. I stood there watching him for a second through the half-open door. I've only ever seen Lucifer act serious, so seeing him like this was kind of a surprise to me. This seemed like a private moment, so I stepped back to return to my chores. Hello? Who's out there? Lucifer said this in a tone I was much more familiar with. It's just me, sir. I opened the door to fully reveal myself. Oh, he responded. An awkward silence fell between us. I am breaking the silence before starting up again. I don't know what's wrong with her. He said this in a manner slightly ashamed of himself. I looked him in his eyes as I heard slight whimpers from baby Charlie in the background. I felt bad for him, he barely knew how to manage his own baby. I stepped in the room, slowly walking closer to Lucifer and Charlie. May I asked, reaching my hands out to Charlie. He seemed surprised by this. Yeah, I guess so, he spoke in a low tone. I then reached to grab Charlie from Lucifer's hands. As he passed her to me, I could feel the repeated touch of his hands trying to maneuver into a position where he could easily transfer her to me. All of a sudden I felt a bit hotter, but I don't think the temperature in the room went up. I looked up for a moment, taking my eyes off of Charlie. I've worked for Lucifer for about 10 years now, though I don't think I've ever been this close to him before, or at least to his face. I could clearly see the soft pink of his cheeks and his relaxed eyes as he looked down on his daughter. I also looked down for a second to figure out what was wrong with Charlie, carefully analyzing her, though when I looked back up, he was staring directly at me. Lucifer's POV, still flashback. I never realized how soft her eyes are. She looked down at Charlie in ways I wish Lilith could, or even that I wish I could. I suddenly felt a bit of respect towards her. But how? She's just some random servant girl that Lilith probably found off the street. That's why I distance myself so much from my workers. I don't know if I can trust them, not that they would actually be able to properly threaten me. But when they're working with my family, you have to show them a real power dynamic so they know not to even think about trying anything. So yeah, seeing Yn like this is kinda new to me. Sir? When she said this I realized I was staring. I think I freaked her out. She's hungry, Yn was practically whispering when she said this. God, did that make my heart beat. I could barely speak. Oh, well, how do we, where is the breast milk, sir? Right after she said this I could tell she regretted it. Oh. I'm sorry, sir, I cut you off, I disrespected you, I am so sorry. Lilith keeps it in the fridge downstairs. At this point Yn definitely thought she would have to face some kind of punishment, which is more than reasonable considering that's just what happens when you spend years maintaining a good fear of the boss dynamic with your employees. This time, however, I didn't think a punishment was necessary, not after I saw how she looked at my Charlie. It's okay, just go get the, milk? Flashback ended. Yn's POV. Everyone moved forward to take a look at him. Husk even came from behind the bar. Instead I turned my head away, just hearing his voice rush tears to my eyes. Why did I care so much? I thought I put that period of my afterlife behind me. As I asked myself that question I could hear him getting closer to the center of the room. I could tell he was distracted, since he managed to find razzle and dazzle. So I used this chance to leap myself across the bar table. This was the only place I could think of in a short amount of time that I could hide behind. However, I made a large thud as I fell to the other side, I'm sure causing everyone to look. but I just stayed quiet, crouching behind the bar, hoping they wouldn't investigate. A silence fell across the room. It made the pounding from my heart seem even louder. Though what caused me to truly panic was the footsteps I heard coming towards me. I glanced over to my side, completely panicked. I then saw Husk looking over the bar. He found me. "Just some roaches," he says in an unamused tone, making direct eye contact with me. He nodded his head to me, then walked away when Lucifer started to talk again. This time Lucifer was making snarky comments about the interior of the hotel. I started to close my eyes at the sound of his voice. It reminded me of my past. Lucifer's POV. This asshole of a guy, Alastair, Peach, I can tell is trying to get a rise out of me. He thinks he can overstep his place and challenge me, the king of hell. I think not. I didn't want to spend any more time with this chump. I was here for Charlie anyways. So I again focused my attention on my daughter. "Why don't you introduce me to your other friends?" Charlie responded immediately, "Oh, yes, of course. This is Vaggie, she's my girlfriend." I freaked out. I didn't realize how much I didn't know about my own daughter. "Oh my golly, you like girls? So do I, we have so much in common. Put her there, Maggie." I gave Charlie's girlfriend a hug and complimented her. Of course, dumbass me, I just had to call her the wrong name. I then was introduced to some snake dude with an eye on his hat, which I guess was alive, who seemed to be a little too ecstatic when he saw me, because when he saluted me, he lost control of his body, causing him to fall into a tray of poorly made cookies. Then Charlie introduced a fluffy white and pink spider demon, who I could tell was eye fucking me as he tried to come onto me. I'm pretty sure his name was Angel Dust. I swear I've heard that name before. Then a cat demon was introduced to me, who I recognized from earlier when he checked out the roaches from behind the bar counter. He acknowledged me enough to give me a brief salute. This calm energy was soon overtaken by the rush of some tiny, overhyper demon in a maid's outfit who rushed from the table she was behind to greet me, not giving Charlie the chance to introduce her. Her name was Nifty. Wait, where's Charlie? Got cut off by the chandelier that fell from the ceiling above us, which was about a foot away from crushing us. Ryan's POV. Before I could once again remind myself of past memories, I was surprised by the loudest crash I've heard in years, and that's coming from someone who lives in hell. I was so focused on my thoughts that when this happened, out of complete shock and fear, I yelped, loudly. I raised my hands to my mouth, immediately regretting the sound I made. I started to crawl away from the bar, so that if anyone was to look over I could quickly run out the side. My eyes rushed with tears. I could hear footsteps coming towards me, and soon sensed that someone was looking at me from behind. I crawled faster, but as I put down my left hand, instead of reaching the floor, it landed on a bottle of cheap booze laying horizontal. I lost control of my arm as the bottle rolled, causing me to lose my balance and face plant into the sticky bar floor. After an initial whimper from the pain, I could feel a presence standing over me. I lifted my head up to reveal my face. "Oh shit! Why you," he uttered,